Hey, my name is Shalom Brand, and I wanted to share with you a quick overview of how I stay organized with my Plexus business. So I'm going to screen share real quickly. All right, there we go. So I use an app called Trello. You can use Trello on your phone or on your iPad or your computer, whatever your preference is. So it's super easy to use a Trello. You just log into Trello. It's Trello, as you see it right here. Once you get Trello, it comes like this. It has boards, and you'll see the main page, and it'll say to do, doing, done, and you can set it up the way you want to do it. You can have multiple boards. So if you click boards, you can create a board, and you can put and add in different types of boards, like you can see here that I've added in. You can also invite people to share a board with you, which is really fun. There's so many things you can do with Trello, but you can watch a YouTube on about Trello to get more in detail. I just want to share with you how I use Trello and how I use it for following up and closing and creating a new contact list for my Plexus business. So as you can see right here, I have my IPA, income producing activity. So I created add another list. So I'm going to create one so you can see what that looks like. Move this out of my way. So you're going to come over here and you're going to have a board, and you will see add another list. And on your list, you'll write IPA or whatever you want to do. And so now I've created a new list, and then you can add a card. So you can say this month is February. So you're going to start February, and you're going to add that card. You see how I added a new card? Then you might want to go ahead and add March, and you're going to have March. When you click on February, it's going to open up into a deeper sheet. So it's going to go inside. And inside here, you're going to want to use checklist. You can add a cool quote here under description. You can add whatever you want. I usually write something here to myself. But then you're going to come over here to checklist. And when you click on checklist, you can put share. Okay. And then once you click share, under share, and then you can do another checklist that says send. And then another checklist, you're going to want probably 3 checklists that says invite. And we're going to use the concept that Plexus has set up for us called share, send, and invite. Share Plexus, send the video, invite them to an event or to join or whatever. So that concept. So under share, you're going to start putting people's names. You're going to put Sarah. And you can then put Mary. And this is where you're going to create your list. You can go to Facebook and you can copy the URL in Facebook and then drop it here by Sarah's name. And that way you can just click on the URL. It'll take you directly to Facebook and allow you to be able to message and comment and follow up with that person. Once you've shared Plexus, maybe you have, so if I add people to my share list and I have a whole list of people and I've commented and liked on their wall, as soon as I do that, I'll put the date. So I would put 2/5/19 for today. And that way when I come back on Monday and click on that, I will see on 2/5/19, I messaged Sarah, and this is what I messaged her. And you could put a little note to yourself in there. Then she says, yes, send me a video. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to drag her down to send. So now she's in a different category. So when I come in on Monday, I can look under send. I'll be like, oh, I have 10 people that wants a video. And I can click on it and I can send them a video, send them more information, whatever it is that they requested. Now they're in my send box. Now they're ready. It's time to close. They're interested in the products. They want to go ahead and join one of our AWC events or a wellness conversation events. I invited them. So now I'm going to click on their name and I can drag them down to invite. So super simple to move someone from one category to the other. Okay, but maybe they said no, they're not interested. And so I'm going to create another checklist. No, not interested. Now Sarah has went to the AWC event and she says, you know what? I found out that my mom is an ambassador and I'm going to order from her. I ordered the products and I'm loving them, but I'm not ordering from you. Well, okay, it's time to move her to someone else. So you are going to move her down to not interested. That way you don't keep following up with the same person over and over again. And this is going to give you the opportunity to move on. And a lot of times it's really hard to move on. Something else you can do, if let's say you're working with Mary, or you're working with a list and you have 20 people on your list and you want to make sure you remembered you already followed up with them, you can click this little box and that marks their name off. So every time you mark their name off, it just lines them, and then you can move on down your list, and then you can unline them as well and go back. And so that is really fun as well. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in action over several months. So I had my November list is still here, and as you can see, I've marked off, I've already worked my way through my list. So I had my dead end messages right here. These are people that said no, they already are on Plexus. People that I sent information to, there was 8 left on the list. I've completed them, and they aren't interested right now, but they might be later. So I left them on that list to come back to. Invited, these are people that I invited. There's 7 people on that list. I hid them. So you can hit the hide completed items and see I have them all marked off, but I might want to come back to them. So I'm not going to totally take them off. I'm just going to hide them for now. I might come back to them in about 6 months. Has sample AWC invite. So there's an event this Thursday night. I would come to my November list, and these are the people that I would be inviting to tonight's event. It's people that I'm still working with because they haven't made that decision yet. Or maybe they have and they're just waiting because they're waiting for their tax return, or they're waiting for their money to get paid. So I'm not going to take them off my list, and I'm not going to put them on a dead end list. They're just in my follow-up list. So then the same thing, my January. I have January, December list. My December list is a little bit fresher because I'm still really closely working with my December list. So again, you have your sharing with people, inviting with people. I have 2 invites here because invited to a wellness conversation and invited to Plexus. And then of course your dead end. Your dead ends are people that have maybe already gone Plexus. And then you're going to have your new list. And these are people that you're still working with from January. And I need to create a February list now. And so I've actually started my February list down here, and I have not moved it to the top. So I started my February list because earlier in the month. So like 2 weeks ago, I started my February list. So here's names that I dropped in there, and I just dropped there, and I haven't started working with them yet, but I had friended them. They accepted my friend's request. So I dropped them into my February list for follow-up later. And then I have my Instagram list, people that are on Instagram working with. I haven't started working Instagram, but I'm creating a list. And I have script that I can copy and paste if necessary right here. So easy, ready to go. And so I keep it really simple. As you can see, it's all under my IPA. And here's my little helper. It's all under my IPA. And I have, as your team grows, you can do your level 1s, your level 2s. You can use customer leads program, your customers. You can have your leadership and coaching calls all in here as you need it. But really what you need to focus on is your IPA list. And so I am going to end this Zoom now. Thank you.